Hello guys, Nick here, and welcome to the first non-episodic Time Agents vlog, aside from the introduction and the update. So, this one is going to be talking about we're going to talk about Series 4, the unmade, unreleased, well, partially unmade, mostly unreleased Series 4. Following Judgment Day, from what we gather from the clips and the trailers, the new mayor, I think it is, Mayor Charles Bishop, played, I think they cast him. Yeah, I think they already cast him. Stephen Prescott. He was talking about how they've ensured their darkest time and they're getting ready for new great things. In this series, Agent Mortis is recruiting a new team. Keith Crookston, played by Daniel Sherratt, Jennifer Jones, played by Charlie Holiday, and Gabriel Messenger, played by Andy Flower. Is that correct? I don't think Jennifer Jones is the same one from Doctor Who The 11th Regeneration, Resurrection of the Master, the last episode of that series, by the way. I think they just had the same name. Otherwise, it's bringing that series into the same continuity. Which it could be, to be honest. And they're pretty much similar ages, I suppose. So that's basically it. We don't really know much about the stories. The second episode has clips, the pre-titles, Mortis meeting Mr. Devine, a character known as that. They had his character, the actor credited in the clip. Let me go and find that. Robert Lee is Mr. Devine in the Time Agent clips for episode 2. Untitled, but none of these episodes are titled. Yeah, as I was saying, the first one's basically the pre-titles. The second one sees Mr. Devine, Mortis meets him, and the fourth one sees a VFX test of Mr. Devine fighting Mortis. And the third one is my favourite. It's Keith Crookston's origin story. Although, sadly, this clip is unfinished. I think it cuts off too early at the end. Because he's talking about how it's on his criminal stops. I think he was going to say record. So I think that scene, we could have a bit more of that scene. I don't know, they're very choosy about what scenes they've released. They've only released 4. Whilst in the trailer we can see that there's been a lot. So I guess maybe they're the only completed scenes. At least editing-wise, but it would have been nice to see more. As for the trailer, it also shows the team being brought together and going on their missions. We see the return of Dr. Robin Turner and his brother Jackson. And we see a couple of villains, including the Venators, who appear in the pre-titles. And the second clip meeting Mr. Devine. I think the Venators would have become the recurring villain alien of the series, similar to the Flower aliens in the first and third ones, and not so much in the second one, more so in the specials in the second. So basically the Venators take the Flower aliens' place as the recurring villains of the series, or at least the recurring alien villain. From what I saw of the clips, I'm not the biggest fan of Jennifer or Gabriel, although Gabriel looks like he's going to have he was going to be a good one. However, in the trailers, Jennifer certainly looks like she was going to be good. Just not so great in the clip. Not much of Gabriel in the trailer, to be honest. At least not much bits of him speaking. I should say trailers, because there's 3, but I can't get to this unlisted one. So I'm just talking about the one at the end of Series 3 and the one released in December of 2012. Apparently there was going to be a character called Stan the Hologram. Would he have been a member? I'm not sure. There's also a character of Mr. Shepard. Was he going to cause trouble? Let me check. What is his character about? Dark, quiet and enigmatic. His intentions, from the start, his intentions are questionable, and he is a character who constantly leaves you on the edge of your street. So a possible villain, possible rival. Maybe he's a secret ally or hero, like Snape in Harry Potter films. He's pretending to be all mysterious, possibly a bad guy, but it turns out he's a goodie, and he's helping out. Possibly, that could be one. I think the mayor might have played a bit more of a significant role, but maybe not so much his wife. Nor their daughter, who I wasn't... no one was requested to be cast for. But then most of the others weren't. Roles, it was just those two, those three and others. Maybe the others were not regular. I have a theory. Isn't there? Another theory, I mean. I think Lizzie Bishop, would have turned out to have been Elizabeth, Liam and Katrina's daughter, who we saw as a baby in Sins of the Past. And I think if Agent Lim did return at the end of the series, or in a later one, or later story, and it's revealed Lizzie is Elizabeth, then I think we're going to have a big character dynamic and big character story. And this could even lead to a story arc that would see the return of the Executive come back. Possibly Series 5, possibly a big finale story following Series 4. Maybe the actual Time Agent final story, as opposed to the you'll have to make do with this one, Judgment Day. Which is great as an ending, but it also feels like we're not exactly finished. I mean, we've got more to offer. Whilst the big finale said, yes, we're finishing, but we're also leaving it open for more stuff, as opposed to, yes, there will be more stuff. More of a possibility than a confirmation like we did at the end of Judgment Day. Although, if it wasn't for that trailer, maybe it would have been more of what I was saying it would be. So, if, say, Series 4 was made Series 5, and then they had the big epic finale, maybe a two-part special or something, or maybe a mini-series, like the 2009 special, maybe 2 or 3 episodes. Or Series 5's finale being the big one, like Judgment Day was for 3. And like saying, right, this is what we're going to do. We're coming to the end of the show. We're going to end the show here. We're going to have a big whopping ending. And we're going to say, yes, this is the end. But we're leaving it open in case we decide to do more. So, the team... so possibility there's a new team on the block, or... No, that would be a confirmation of more. The possibility of the search of a new team, or the team going to do more stuff afterwards. Speaking of which, I don't think any of these characters would have died at the end of the series, like in the original. Though, if there was to be one, it would probably be either Jennifer or Gabriel, because Daniel Sharrat is quite good friends with Billy and Jamie, I think he was going to be a great character, probably the best of the 3 other teammates. I think Nidge would have been the one to stay on for the next series, or beyond Series 4. I think it would have been either Jennifer or Gabriel who would have died. Probably Gabriel, because if they killed off a female character, there might be some people complaining about, oh, they're killing off the one female time agent, besides Katrina, who may or may not even have been a time agent. So, yeah, it could have been the one possible time agent, or one of the only 2. So, because of Dan Sharrat is great friends with Billy and Jamie, and his character is probably going to be the best of the other 3 members, and because Jennifer is a girl and the only female time agent, possibly, if Katrina wasn't one, or one of the only 2, if she was, then I think Gabriel would have been the member to have been killed off at the end of the series. And Jennifer probably would have been the next one. On the other hand, maybe Elizabeth would have been, or Lizzie, would have joined in, or the mayor, or Mr. Shepherd, or someone else could have joined in. Or maybe Robin would have been killed off. We didn't see him get killed off at any point. As I said, for Series 2, it wasn't really used that much for the second half. And he was really the new boy. Series 1's the exception of killing someone off, despite being new, because it's Series 1. And yeah, it just looks really good. There's not really any story details. The clips kind of showed this kind of a girl who's good at martial arts, Mr. Devine, a couple of other people, the Venators. There's this great shot in the trailer when Nidge actually confronts an Venator. Another one where it just runs past him. Probably one after he came out of the shop, we see in the clip. The pre-titles clip. That was a funny one. Even without the the origin clip, I think that would have been a great one. Another reason for Nidge's being better than the other two is probably because of Daniel Sherratt's performance. Even without having to know about Daniel Sherratt outside of this, he probably puts in the best performance in his clips of everybody. Which isn't saying much because of how little there is. However, I do know Daniel Sherratt from outside Time Agents. He's in Five Who Fans, he's in the Madness 2. Well, he did Madness 2, I should say. And he's in Ultimate Conflict. He's done quite a bit. And I think he would have been the best actor aside from Jamie Carroll. Possibly even better. And also, it's because of him, as well as the backstory of Nidge, so the entire of the third clip, the origin story clip, is probably why Nidge probably would have been the best of the three. Like I said, because we don't have too much, we only have a few clips and trailers, is why we can't really get a proper opinion, but I will say that Nidge is probably my favourite of the three new members. And that's mostly down to the development of the character that we got to see released, and also partly down to Daniel Sherratt. This series would have been the first series to also feature original music since the 2009 specials in Series 2, which Billy Tracy and Laura Dakin did some music for the 2009 specials in Series 2, but from Series 1 to 3 they've been using other music as well, especially in 1 and 3. And I think they were going to use some 1960s soul music, according to the Wikia page, and they might have possibly have kept the Two Steps from Hell Sons of War theme, which is a fantastic theme tune, by the way. They should have kept that. Otherwise, use the version that they used for Series 1 and the specials, the Torture Disc one. Although, if David Bosgick did come up with a new one, then I'm sure that would have been great as well. Time Agent was to become a BBC series. Two Steps from Hell would be the theme tune they'd use. Hey, they already use Alex Clare's Up All Night for Class. They can easily use Sons of War for Time Agent, the official series. I say the official BBC licensed series, especially as it's been used on the fan series so far. Yeah, BBC, take note. Make Time Agent an official series. Do it now. We might actually get some more. Just make sure you consult Billy Tracy first. I don't know what's happened to Jamie Carroll. You might have to consult him if you can find him. But certainly consult with Billy Tracy. There's been really that much to talk about in Series 4 anymore. I mean, lots of promotion, both pictures and trailers, but the thing never came. It was on the Facebook page that they actually announced its cancellation. I checked it up not too long ago. I liked the page, and then I read it was about December 2013, so about a year after the second trailer, or third trailer, including the unlisted one. Actually, I was including that one, I meant the Series 3 trailer. So about a year after the trailer A, as it's named on Jamie Carroll's channel, which is actually the third trailer, apparently the series had been cancelled. And it was really around mid-late 2013 I was getting into Time Agent and well-built stuff, and checking out some of the other stuff. I mean, I think I was watching Well-Built Universe or Mighty Gizmo. I remember it was in September 2013 because I was going to go on a bike ride with the Explorers in Harlow, and sort of Explorers in Harlow having a bike ride. And I'm from Bishop Stortford. Yeah, it's all fun. And yeah, I've probably seen the series at least once. By then, I was watching other well-built stuff, and I'd watched one of them earlier in the day, and I think it was even in Christmas 2013. I was watching them about Christmas time, around Time of the Doctor, and I watched Crescent Street on Christmas Day itself after Time of the Doctor was on. So, yeah, so I would have loved it if I was thinking, if it's coming in 2013, it's not come up yet. Okay, maybe it's going to be late 2013, maybe 2013 to 14. I'm going to be there to witness its release. And it never came. And I only just realised a few weeks ago that it was December that they announced its cancellation. December of that year, and that was when time I was like, it's coming, it's definitely coming. And so, I'm looking forward to it. It's taking its time. 4 years later. Well, nearly 4 years, I should say. We're never getting it. Yeah, I think that is the hard-hitting truth, is that we're never going to get it. We're probably not even going to get any more released material. I think the best we're going to get is those 4 clips that came out in 2014 on their own separate channel, plus the trailers and anything else released, which is a massive shame, especially as, in fact, we've been quite a bit was kind of set up, and we could have seen Agent Mortis's character developed. We could have seen great new characters. See what happens to Robin and Jackson and anyone else from the previous seasons. We could see Liam's return at the end or in a future one. I'm sure he would have returned at some point, because we need the big story with him trying to find his daughter. We need the executive's return at some point. That was hinted at the end of Series 3 that he's going to come back at some point. Probably not Series 4, but maybe Series 5 or 6 or something. Or the big special, big ending, as I was saying. So, like, the plan could be Series 4, possibly 5, big ending, even if that's Series 5 finale, or special or movie or something, or special series like the 09 ones. Really big shame, and yes, I'm sure Series 4 probably wouldn't, maybe as good as Series 3, it might have been on par. I don't think they would have any episodes as good as Judgment Day or Nightmare Forest, but they probably would have been on par as, say, Downfall or The Musical or Dark Revelations, to include Series 1, Fallen Hero for the specials. I'm sure they would have had some great episodes for Series 4. And like I said, we've got 2 new writers, Brittany Lee and Akbar Skidara. What is that? Is that his name? Akbar Skida. I meant that. He wrote episode 5. Brittany co-writes episode 3 with Jamie. Billy and Jamie co-write 1 and 6. Jamie writes 2 on his own. Those are the episodes we get to see clips of. And Billy writes 4. And we also got different new directors on this, I think. Richard B. Brooks from Five Who Fans was directing 1 and 6. John Granson's directing 5. James Crook is directing 2 and co-directed 3 and 4. 3 with Jamie and 4 with Billy. I say James Cook has directed, and apparently the first episode has been done, but I think only the second one has been done. So overall, it looked like Time Agent Series 4 would have been a brilliant series. Like I said, it might have been just as good as 3, maybe better. But we're probably never going to see more than what we've got. Maybe some more clips would be released. But as now, I don't think we're going to be getting much. Hopefully they will do something for Time Agent's 10th anniversary next year. I'm not betting it. They didn't do anything for its 5th in 2030. I know, that would have been Series 4. Oh well. So yeah, I would say Series 4 was probably going to look really good. Certainly probably would have been better than 1, maybe even 2. And specials. And like I said, probably on par with 3. So that's it from this reflection thing. And like I said, what I think would happen was be Series 4. And then I don't know what would have happened after Series 4. Maybe they would have done a 5th series, and maybe they would have done a big story to conclude everything together, bring the executive in, Liam and Elizabeth story arc. Even if it's not Lizzie Bishop who's Elizabeth from Sins of the Past, they would have done something to see Liam find her at some point. Maybe that's what his mission is now, whilst Mortis is on Earth. Maybe he's trying to find Elizabeth, and then he realises it's right under Agent Mortis's nose, if it turns out to be Lizzie. It's just a big shame. And yeah, whilst Judgment Day does serve as a great ending, if it wasn't for the fact we knew Series 4 was coming, or if they showed us the clips, then it probably would have been the perfect ending, even if the story wasn't completely finished, because of all the stuff we were probably going to happen next, and after 4, and Series 4 was really the fill in the gap. And yeah, I think that's what Series 4 would have basically been. It would have been a gap filler between Series 3 and whatever happened they decided to do afterwards. But 4 would have been it would have been a great gap filler. It would have been a great series. It would have brought in new players to the game, so to speak. But in the end, we're probably not going to get it, and we can just say, oh, freaking wow. But it looked good. Thank you for watching. Next time, now, next time could be we could be going anywhere. It could be the Narwhal Scar fan film, Mortis' Mission. It could be Madness 2, then Ultimate Conflict reviews, or it could be either the spin-offs, Dan the Cyborg, starting with Dan the Cyborg, or Dan the Cyborg part episodes 1 to 5, and then leading on to part episode 6 to 10, and then 11 to 12, the specials, and then Dan's Diaries 1 to 5, and 6 to 10. Or we could be doing those other 3, the game Chasing Flower Aliens and Lone Earth Flower Alien. Or we could be going on to the unfinished episodes. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to do the films, actually. I think I'll do Madness 2 and then Ultimate Conflict. Before that, I'll do Mortis' Mission. I think Mortis' Mission and then the 2 films. The 2 other reviews, I should say, next. Because they're big other reviews, I'm going to have those edited in the style of a review rather than a vlog like these ones. So, yeah, those were the only 2 that will be reviews. The rest are review/reflection vlogs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.